Tia Fortuna's New Home, A Jewish-Cuban Journey, written by Ruth Behar, illustrated by Devon Holzwarth. I love to visit my Tia Fortuna in her little pink casita at the seaway. When my auntie was young, she lived on the other side of the sea, in Havana. From her rooftop, she waved to the ships as they came into the harbor. But one day, Tia had to leave, with nothing but a suitcase of old photographs and the mezuzah that hung on her doorpost and a key to a home gone forever. She felt lost and wept many tears until she found her casita at the seaway. She has lived there for years and years. Today is Tia's last day at the seaway. Why do you have to move, Tia? Bulldozers are coming to tear down the seaway. A fancy hotel will be built here. What will happen to your little pink casita? My home will be a memory. Tia touches the key on her necklace. Like the home I left in Havana, a memory. But I want to visit you at the seaway today, and next Friday, and always. Estrella, it's time to say goodbye and wish for Mazel Bueno. Tia gives me a hug, and her lucky eye bracelets tinkle and twinkle. Come, Estrella, vamos a saludar la playa. The beach wants to greet you. We kick off our sandals and breathe in the salty air. Look at that bright blue sky. The sun gives everyone its light for free. El sol, el sol, el sol. The sea roars all night, and now it's tickling our feet. El mar, el mar, el mar. Tia sinks down into the sand. What a pretty casita you're making, she says. How can Tia be happy on such a sad day? Tomorrow the sandcastle will be gone, and so will we. It's not mañana yet, Estrella. Let's enjoy today. When we get back to the seaway, Tia serves me warm barrecas. How do you make barrecas taste so delicious, Tia? I'll tell you my secret. I fill them with potatoes and cheese and esperanza. How can barrecas be filled with hope? Because they are the food of your grandfathers, 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 and your grandmother's grandmother's grandmothers. They took them from Spain to Turkey to Cuba. Now we eat them here in Miami. Tia smiles. We come from people who found hope wherever they went. Esperanza, 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 I say out loud, and I help Tia pack a box with the rest of the barrecas. Is that all you're bringing with you, I ask? I don't need much, she replies. I have so many memories in my suitcase right here, and she points to her head. Mommy arrives, and she's in a rush. Wait, Tia says. I need my good luck mezuzah. But Tia's mezuzah is so crusted with sea salt, it won't budge. Finally, Tia asks, Mezuzah, would you please come with me? And it pops out. Tia locks the door and slips the big brass key in her pocket. Goodbye, mi palmeras. Goodbye, she whispers. Palm trees, swooshing, answer her. Adios, adios, adios. We leave the sea behind and drive toward the banyan trees and the butterflies. At the front gate, I feel Tia's hand tremble. Tia, where are we? La casa de los vitos, Tia says. She leans against a banyan tree and runs her hands along its rooty trunk. Hello, glad to meet you. You've been here a while, haven't you? The banyan tree nods its head at Tia and says, Hola, hola, hola. We step inside, and Tia says, let's share the barrecas with everyone we meet. Soon, they're all saying thank you. You're welcome, Tia replies, and makes new friends right away. The lady next door to Tia's room hears us speaking Spanish. I once lived by the port of Havana and waved to the ships, she says. So did I, Tia tells her. I'm glad we'll be neighbors. They laugh together like old friends. Mommy carries in Tia's suitcase. I help nail the salty mezuzah to the new doorpost. I arrange Tia's pillows on her bed. Here's a good place for your photo albums, I say to Tia. Gracias, Estrella. It's starting to feel so cozy already, Tia says. She gives me a hug, and her lucky eye bracelets tinkle and twinkle. Tia, next time I visit, we'll sit in the garden and watch the butterflies dance. Mashallah, God willing, Tia says. Until then, here's a gift for you, Estrella. She puts something cool in my palm and squeezes my hand around it. The key to the seaway. Look, Tia, I'll carry it with me always. And as soon as I slip the big brass key around my neck, I hear the sea laughing and smell the salty air. I can see the grandmothers and grandfathers from long ago, carrying barecas from Spain to Turkey to Cuba to Miami. At the front gate, we watch the night spread its blanket over the world. Look, Tia, the first star is lighting up the darkness everywhere. Estrella, 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 she replies. Tia gives me a goodbye hug, and as I turn down the path, I whisper, Mazel bueno, into the starry night. Author's note. This story about Tia Fortuna is a portrait of the life of a Sephardic Jew from Cuba. The word Sephardic comes from Sepharad, the Hebrew word for Spain. The Sephardim descend from Jews who once lived in Spain and were forced to leave in 1492 because of their religious beliefs. Many took to the sea and found a new home in what is now Turkey. In the last 100 years, most of the Sephardim have moved to the United States, Latin America, and Israel. Some settled in Cuba and fell in love with the tropical island, but after the revolution in 1959, they lost their livelihoods and migrated to Miami, starting over once again. Sephardic Jews never forgot their Spanish ancestry. Elders remain who speak the ancient Spanish from when they lived in Spain centuries ago, a language known as Ladino, or Judeo-Spanish, carried through many migrations. It is a melodic Spanish, sweet to the ears. A common belief among Sephardic Jews is that they can be hurt by the evil eye. They think that if things are going too well, they might be jinxed. To protect themselves, they wear good luck charms like Tia Fortuna's colorful bracelets with the little eyes. And they eat barecas, pastries stuffed with delicious things like mashed potatoes and cheese. They are the food of a people who have moved from shore to shore throughout their history. The legend says that the Sephardim carried the keys of the homes they lost wherever they went, and that gave them hope for the journey ahead. I am the child of two Jewish civilizations, Ashkenazi on my mother's side, inheriting powerful Yiddish traditions, and Sephardic on my father's side. Since I was closer to my mother's family, the Sephardic traditions seem more mysterious and also more magical. Like Estrella, I picked up bits and pieces of a Sephardic heritage and was fascinated by the resilience of the culture that was being passed on to me. Although Tia Fortuna and Estrella are fictional characters, I am lucky enough to have a lovely real-life Sephardic aunt who lives in Miami Beach and serves me barecas whenever I visit. The Seaway is a real building too. I used to dream of living there, and I was very sad to hear of plans to tear it down and build a luxury hotel. I was thinking about this news one day when I was visiting my aunt, worrying that our Sephardic traditions might be lost. I wanted to be a child again, like Estrella, and be assured that my history would be kept alive. Many efforts are being made to revitalize Sephardic music, cooking, literature, and even Ladino as a language. But most important, we must keep on telling the stories and passing them on. People of Sephardic heritage need to hear these stories to find out who they are, but so do all who wish to take part in the beautiful diversity that is the soul of our humanity.